Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to another video of Psycho Speaks. I'm Psycho. In today's video, we'll be talking about PTSD and maybe a little bit of depression as well. So before I cover today's topic, I wanted to go ahead and say, everybody that knows me or that's watched my previous videos knows that mental health awareness is a really big thing to me, where I go through it as well. I know what everybody goes through with all these PTSD, anxiety, depression, all the mental health problems. I know what you go through. And that's why I encourage everybody that, watches my videos or subscribes or that's friends with me to reach out and connect with your friends or family that have mental health problems. um, Reach out, make sure you check on them. If not daily, every other day, maybe once a week or something like that. Just reach out and check on them. Make sure they're okay mentally, emotionally, physically, stuff like that. Just make sure they're good. Take them out if you want to. Take them out to eat. Go do something together. Um, these are hard times we live in now, and we kind of need each other. We rely on each other to be able to do things. I mean, the world's so cold nowadays. It's hard to know who you can trust and all that stuff, and it's tearing families and friendships apart. And it's not something that we need to do. We need to stick together, stand up for each other. Um, so, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. So, what I'll be starting with is possible symptoms of PTSD. I'm not a doctor, I'm just, someone that's had my fair share of doctor visits about, the same situations, and just trying to help, you know, whoever watches this video. Maybe they found what they're looking for. Um, so let's go ahead and start with that. Symptoms of PTSD could include flashbacks of traumatic events. So something traumatic has happened to you, but you keep reoccurring. You keep a reoccurrence on it, like you keep thinking about it, or you keep going back and reminiscing upon that time. That's flashbacks for that, and just know, like, I mean, try to shut that down if you can. I know it's really hard to, but like, that's not somewhere you want to go, obviously, and you're not there anymore. I mean, you've come across so much, and your life is so much better than what it was during this traumatic event, and try to find some positivity to think about instead of trying to think about flashbacks. Um, I know it's hard, but if you need help, I mean, we've got our Facebook page. You can reach out to us, and stuff like that. We don't mind helping people that suffer with the same things and stuff. I mean, as long as we save the next to life, it's okay. We're here. We're always here. Another one's feeling emotionally numb. Um, it's kind of self-explanatory there. It's feeling emotionally numb. Um, Detachment from family and friends. So, like, if you're talking to somebody that if you used to talk to someone for like days on end every day, and then all of a sudden you just stop. I mean, that could be a sign of PTSD and depression as well. Um, Try not to do that. I mean, try to pull yourself out of that as much as you can. Force yourself to message them. I get it. I mean, sometimes some people you talk to are stressful, or they start asking questions about things that you don't feel like explaining and all this stuff. I get it. I know. I get it. but just don't don't detach from people that care about you, and they only do it because they care. Difficulty sleeping can be another possible symptom. Um, Becoming easily irritated. So, like, if you're hanging out with somebody and they're just talking to you like normal, and then all of a sudden you snap off, that could be, you could be having some problems there. Don't be afraid to talk about them with someone, especially someone close to you. You know. Um, Another thing is partaking in self-destructive behavior. So if you're doing something that's putting your life on the line, other than military stuff, um, that could be PTSD kicking in. I'm sorry, my cat's running rapid right now. I don't know what she's doing. She keeps running back and forth and climbing stuff. Another thing is nightmares about traumatic events. Now, some people are different than others. For example, I don't have nightmares anymore. The last nightmare I had, I was in my teens, and it did not scare me at all, and I haven't had a nightmare since. I got lucky with that. Some nightmares, seem like they're actually really happening. And, at that point in time, you just gotta, remind yourself that it's a dream. It's just not real. Um, Negative thoughts about yourself. So if you have any type of negativity through you, try to do things to pick yourself up. Do things like taking a walk, or listening to music, or getting out of the house, or something like that. Try to take your mind off of whatever's making you have these negative thoughts about yourself. Another one is short-term memory loss. So if you can remember things from your childhood, but you can't remember what you did yesterday, that could be a sign of it. Um, Loss of interest in activities. So, like, if you used to do something that you liked a lot, and now you've stopped liking what you used to do, that could, that could be another thing there too, as well. Um, Avoiding people or things related to traumatic event. So, like, if you've had a traumatic event, but you met somebody during your period in that traumatic event, and you avoid that person because of the traumatic event, that's what that's saying there. Anxiety and depression can be another symptom of PTSD. PTSD can as well. PTSD can be a sign of anxiety and depression. They all kind of fall hand in hand in a way. Um, Difficulties concentrating. So, like, if you're wanting to talk about something, or you're in the middle of a conversation, but then you forget what you're talking about because you disconnected from that conversation, then that could be a you could have difficulties concentrating. That could be a symptom as well. Feeling hopelessness is another one. You don't want to try to feel hopelessness, but you can't help it. I get it. It's just something that happens when you hit mental issues like that. It makes you think worse about yourself when you know different. Um, Try to find something to make yourself feel better instead of worse. So, like, if you're like thinking terrible thoughts about yourself, try to change that a little bit. That's also a sign of depression. If you're depressed, you start thinking the worst of yourself. So, when depression hits, here's some stuff to try. So try to make a plan of what to do when an anxiety attack or depression or PTSD hits. Make a plan on what you're going to do to get out of it, and what your symptoms might be when you start. Like, a lot of people have their cue points, per se, that kind of tell them that they're getting ready to have an anxiety attack, depression, or PTSD or something like that. Another thing is take a breath. Take a deep breath in and release, and it can help you kind of refocus. it pulls you back out of where you need to be and refocuses your attention, which is another thing that it says to do. Um, to try if your anxiety hits is try to refocus your attention, which is what deep breathing can help kind of pull you out of what you're in and refocus your attention. Um, Stop saying should. So stop saying you should do something and do it. I should go for a walk, but I don't feel like it. Do it. If you're saying should, do it. Relax. Try to find something that relaxes you, whether it be coloring, music, bath, whatever. Those I keep mentioning those because those are kind of my go-to points when I have my little fits and stuff like that. When I go through my mental things, coloring, hot bath, music. Just taking a deep breath, kind of disconnecting from the world for just a minute, just to find my center peace. Practice gratitude. It's kind of self-explanatory there as well, practicing gratitude. Be thankful for everything, Even if the day is not the way you wanted it to be thankful you woke up. Some people weren't that lucky. Accepting emotions. Everybody has emotions. Everybody has things that they go through with that, So, just, accept them. I mean, they're hard to kind of deal with at times, but everybody has it. Even if they say they don't have it, they do. Identify your values. Again, another self-explanatory topic there. Identify what makes you you. Recognize your strengths. So, a lot of people like to point out their weaknesses over their strengths because of your mental health issues will bring you down on that. They'll make you think that you're not worth anything, but you need to recognize your strengths in that. Make a list of what you're strong at and go over it when you start having these issues go on. Share your appreciation. I'm sorry. Share your appreciation. Be thankful for everything. Everything. Another thing is feeling compassion for others and yourself. So a lot of people are like, I don't care about that person or something like that. That's not what you want to do there. You want to be able to love everybody, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. See, with me, I know everybody's different, and I'm just trying to give my own experiences here. I swear I'm not trying to be self-centered. It's just, this is what I go through, and I'm hoping it can help somebody. Hopefully they can use my techniques and get through it. So what I do is, it doesn't matter how crappy someone treats me. I'm always going to treat them better than that. I don't push somebody away because they're treating me bad or anything like that. I realize people have bad points in their life, and that could be a sign that that's when they need you the most, is when they're pushing you away. So keep that in mind when someone's kind of being hateful towards you and stuff. That could be their sign that they need help. That could be their reach out for help. So here's another thing is here's 10 things to stop doing. So stop listening to unsolicited advice. So, unless they go through what you're going through, or they know what you're going through and they're telling you something about that, stop listening to that. They don't know. Those who know little about trauma, or those with little empathy. So, like, if they don't know what they're talking about, don't listen to that. A lot of people can try to give their advice on things, but unless they actually go through a traumatic event and experience these type of mental disabilities and these mental things, they don't know what you're going through. Stop comparing your journey to others. Don't look at someone's journey and be like, oh, they've made it further than I have. No, honey, you've made it a long way. If you're still here today and you're fighting your battles on your own, or whatever the case may be, you've made it a long way already. Don't compare your journey to others. Don't do that. That's something that sorry, my nose is itching. It'll bring you down faster than anything in the world. Don't do that. Stop believing that healing and recovering quickly is a sign of greater strength. It takes a lot of time to get to where you need to be in life. It takes a lot of time to heal. And a lot of people don't heal correctly. We still struggle with certain things. I do. It's been 3 years since I got out of an abusive relationship, and I'm still mentally kind of messed up about it. I still have to go to counseling. They want me to take medicines. I don't want to take medicines. I don't like who the medicine turns me into. I don't care if it's going to be better for me. I'm not doing it. I'm going to do what I need to do and keep the medicine out of my body for now until I absolutely need it as a last resort. Stop thinking you were to blame for being abused. If you were abused and you think you were to blame for that, you're not, dude. I mean, there was something wrong with that person that was abusing you. Obviously, they needed to feel like a bigger person at that point in time. That's not something that was your fault. Hi, Blossom. That's not something that was your fault, and you don't need to blame yourself for that in any way possible. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. Stop thinking the way that toxic people treat you are in any way a reflection of your self-worth. So if toxic people are being really bad to you, that's you need to get away from that. That's not your self-worth. That's not what you deserve, and you deserve better, and you need to get away from it. I know it's hard to cut ties with people like that, but just no, get away from it. Stop thinking you should be over this by now. It takes some time to get over this. Whatever this is that you're going through, it takes some time to get through it. It takes some time to get over it, so it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, and some people, I mean, I hate to say this on here, but, some people don't really fully recover from it. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything that I put on these videos, because I want people to know what to expect and what they're going to be going through and stuff like that. I don't want to make it all cotton candy and roses, and it's not. It's a nightmare. And it's hard to get through. It's hard to get through it by yourself. And if you do get through it by yourself, then you are strong. You are very strong. And if you're thinking about giving up, don't. Don't give up, because you've made it this far already. There's a reason you're here. I put a reason in everything. There's a reason you're still here. Thinking you're a bad person for not forgiving heinous abuse. You're not a bad person for not forgiving that. You have a right to not forgive that. I would be mad. I'm still upset at, the guy that I was with. I was with him for 4 years, and he abused me every day. And I'm still upset about that and stuff like that. I still suffer from stuff because he doesn't suffer from that, and I do. You know what I'm saying? He caused damage to me, But he's not worried about it and all this stuff, you know. I mean, I still try to be friends with him. I get the point, you know. He's whatever. But that's, I mean, don't belittle yourself because of that. Don't think that you're weak for being abused. It wasn't your fault you were abused. You know, that was somebody else's problem there. That was somebody else's fault. The person abusing you's fault. Um, they were looking to become the bigger person here, and they seen a strength in you that they needed to cut down. So obviously they seen some sort of strength in you that they needed to get rid of in order to do whatever. Pretty sure someone's shooting out here. I just heard it in the distance. But yeah. Another thing is thinking you should tolerate people invalidating your trauma and the effects it has on your life. People don't know what you're going through unless they go through the exact same experience. So a lot of people are good for criticizing other people's experiences with certain things and stuff like that. Do not listen to that. Those are toxic people that are trying to bring you down even more, and it will work if you let it. It'll work. Don't listen to it. It's not a good thing to listen to. So let's go over this one right now. It's 10 strategies in maintaining flashbacks or managing flashbacks. So, like, if you have a flashback and you're in public or whatever the case may be, remind yourself that you are just having a flashback. It's just a flashback. It's not the real thing happening. Remind yourself that you are safe. Give yourself boundaries. So, like, if you're in a place and it makes you feel unsafe, leave that place. Don't stay there. Make a list of items in the room and count them. So, if you're at a restaurant, you would see ketchup bottles or hanging lights or something like that. Tables, chairs. Make a list of that and count them. It kind of helps refocus your brain into where you need to be. It helps pull your brain out of this traumatic state that it's trying to go in. Focus on the smells around you. So if you're smelling barbecue chicken, or if you're smelling pancakes or something like that, focus on that smell. Go into depth about what that smell smells like. Is it tangy? Is it sweet smelling? Is that butter with it that you're smelling? You know, stuff like that. Just for an example. Listen to the noises around you. Focus on the noises around you. Try to at this point, I'm encouraging eavesdropping. Yeah. If there's a TV on, try to listen to it. Listen to what it's saying. Try to listen to conversations around you. Listen to things that's gonna, like I said, help pull your mind out of that state that you're going in. Eat or drink something you enjoy. So if you enjoy chocolate, or if you enjoy a mixed drink or something like that, don't be afraid to drink it or eat it. I mean, do something you enjoy that's going to help you feel safe. Hold something hot or cold. If you hold something hot or cold, it can refocus your attention to what you're holding in your hands. And it can also help pull you out of an anxiety attack as well. So a lot of these things here you can actually use in anxiety attacks as well. Recognizing what makes you feel safer. So if you don't have anything on hand that can help you feel safe, like try to close your eyes and go back to a point in your life where you felt safe, and try to remember that point in life. Deep, slow breaths. In and out. Just deep, slow breaths. So a lot of things that I do when I'm in. There's also this when I'm in public and I have somewhere hit. If something hit me like that, there's a grounding skill. I'll try to find it and talk about it in my next video. But it's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but I'll go into more depth about it in my next video. I'm also looking for more people to interview and sit in with me and talk about their experiences on certain things. My next video is going to be about addiction. So I'm gonna find, I know some people that's been through an addiction, been through that road to recovery, and I'm gonna talk to them about that. I'm also gonna be talking about diabetes, Down syndrome, mental retardation. I hate using that word, it's so mean. They call it intellectual disabilities. It's my son has that. I'm also going to be doing cancer, domestic violence, and possibly suicide recovery if I can, that's touchy subjects there. So hopefully we don't trigger anybody trying to talk to them. But anyway, stay tuned, and if you liked what you've seen on this video and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. And also, if you're wanting to reach out to somebody, don't forget we do have the Facebook page. We are the Warriors. And don't be afraid to reach out to anybody. We're always here, and we know exactly what you're going through, and we're able to help you through it. We can help you through it. Together we'll get through it. Nobody should fight battles by themselves, and you are not alone. So, see you next time. Bye, guys.